2020 has been an up and down year. But for us, I guess we've taken the opportunity to start our new events business. Sounds like a plan. Slap for short. So we're going to talk about how things have been for us this year during this pandemic, and take over.
So just so everyone's clear, we've created a virtual cafe. This is a space we want to continue with, and it's to basically bring individuals together who have risen above the challenges of 2020 and managed to turn things around and achieve some incredible results. Not only have they achieved incredible results, but they've also supported other individuals through that journey and given back. And for us, it's really inspiring to see these individuals. And also we wanted to create a space where we can shed a bit of hope to people and share that inspiration and just chat to these individuals. And you know, it's individuals from all different backgrounds, all different industries, all different circumstances. So we've got some really interesting people that we're going to be chatting to over the next few months. And we're hoping that they will also share their tips with us, because we want to also know how they managed to do these incredible achievements. And I guess for us, it's just been such a journey personally as well. And I guess really it brings me on to you, because honestly, I think for me, I mean, it's amazing being able to be business partners when we've been friends for so long. And to create something that we're both really passionate about. And in all honesty, like having you there by my side on this journey has been amazing. And it has, and it's really inspired me, because you know, obviously we've been doing this while we've had our full-time jobs going on as well. And you know, for me, I started my other business at the beginning of the year, gave up my full-time job, started a business during COVID, which was crazy, but it was highly successful. And you know, I still pinch myself this day. I can't believe how successful it was.
You've done good. You had the drive and the willpower, and I think that's definitely helped you achieve. I mean, your work ethic is like no other, so it just made sense being able to work or start a business with someone that has a similar work ethic. If not, you push me more to be like, okay, let me get on it, because Mish is just on 100.
I feel like we both have that together, you know. Like for me, it's like, okay, we have our list of stuff we need to do, and for me, it's not just about me, it's about being successful together. So I think that pushes us both.
Yeah, it's true, which I think is a great combination. So if anyone can start a business during a global pandemic, it's definitely us. I'm ready. Like, we've done good so far, and I think we've definitely so much more to kind of show the world like what we've got. So
and I think us doing this, I think that the whole purpose, I mean, especially for me, but I know you think the same as well, you know, with our company, it's about being able to support individuals. It's about creating special moments and you know, letting it bring a smile to your face. It's not about the money. Yes, I want to be successful. Yes, I want to have the money to enable us to do greater things and achieve more, but actually for me, it's about delivering something that is really special to people,
creating memories for other people, putting a smile on their face. I think it's just something, I mean, I hate the term people pleaser, because I'm not a people pleaser. I like, you know, I don't like the term, but the sentiment behind it is kind of, yes, I like to see people happy. I like to see others achieve, and I like to know that I'm able to support them or help them. And if that just means, you know, being able to create an event for someone, and you know, being able to help them do charity events, or just as long as there's a meaning behind it all. It's not just an event, it's not just a party, it's not a chance to get drunk, although, you know, why not? That's not the be all and end all for me. I enjoy seeing people smile, and I love helping others. So event is a no-brainer for me, and you know, I know for you it's pretty much the same as well. So.
Yeah, and I think it's just been something we've always done, always loved doing as part of our roles over the years. But you know, the reason why I say you're a true inspiration, because not only did we start the business this year, but you know, you had a full-time job. You also brought a most beautiful baby into the world this year, and it wasn't like smooth sailing for you. There was a lot going on, which you only shared after. So for me, for you to go through something really tough and something really, you know, emotionally draining during COVID, so you had all the additional, you know, issues to deal with, is incredible. And I think for me, it's, you know, what inspired you, what helped you through that journey?
Do you know what? I mean, when I fell pregnant with Elijah, it was just like, oh my gosh, it's what I've been waiting for so long. And you know, with the 2 girls that we've got already, you kind of hope, you know, I've got 2 girls, kind of, yes, I'm praying for a boy, but you always hope for a healthy, strong baby, a safe pregnancy. Everything I wished for, it came true in the end, but it just didn't happen at that time. You know, I found out I was pregnant in October, I kept it a secret. January, I kind of told a few people, and then COVID kind of kicked in, and it was like, okay, come March, we're going to hide ourselves away. But before that, obviously, I found out Elijah had a small development issue. I say small, it wasn't small, but he had a development issue, and as long as he's in my belly, he's safe. So I kind of had to deal with COVID, being pregnant, and trying to keep this baby safe, and you know, keep him safe inside of me. All this time I still didn't know what I was having, because I decided I'm not going to let this issue, I call it a blip, and we'll go into that I guess on another day, but I call it a blip, and I'm not going to let this blip destroy my last pregnancy, because I'm not having no more children. But it wasn't easy, it really wasn't easy. It was hard work, and I think, looking back on it, I think it was easier for me because I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell any. I think my mum knew a little bit, but I don't, Mum, this is the situation, I don't want to go into it.
You didn't have to explain it, or you didn't have to constantly be reminded about it.
I didn't have to be reminded about it. It was just me and hubby that was dealing with it. I mean, the girls didn't even know about it either. So I think in that way, it gave me a chance to kind of protect myself and my space, and kind of get my mind in the right frame. It changed everything, because obviously COVID, which means I had to do all my appointments by myself. I had extra appointments to go to. You know, I'm an emotional wreck and I'm trying to hold it down, but then I can't have my partner with me in these important appointments. So yeah, it was hard, and I think the driving force behind it was, obviously I've got these 2 girls here already, and I just want to make everything happy for them, make everything perfect for them. I don't want them to worry. I don't want them to know mummy's worrying about anything. I just kind of needed to carry on. There was so much going on as well, you know. Hubby changed his job, so he was doing all the training. You know, I had to adapt to working from home. I had to then homeschool the youngest one, who's 11. So I had to homeschool Cyan, had to support Alina, because obviously it was her first year in college, and it was Cyan's last year in primary school. So there was a lot going on. Luckily, it didn't really affect her, but we managed. So there was so much to juggle that it kind of, as long as baby was inside, baby's safe, and let's kind of figure out what's going on with this COVID stuff.
It's just so selfless. I mean, you know, you had this, you know, baby inside you that you really wanted to protect, and then at the same time you were worrying about, oh no, this child needs this, my husband's doing this, you know. I need to make sure I'm okay, I need to make sure I'm not an emotional wreck. It's crazy. But you know, for me, you've always been a strong individual. You know, you've been through a lot over the years, and I think the one thing that I know it's always kept you going is your faith. You know, definitely.
Definitely my faith. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a religious person. You won't find me in church every Sunday or anything like that. But I'm a spiritualist. I believe I believe in prayer. I believe in meditation. Do you know what? I take a bit of everything. You know, I like to meditate. I enjoy having my crystals and stuff. You know, full moon, new moon. I'm out there with my crystals and stuff. My neighbours must think I'm mad, but I'm like, just bring it all. Give me everything. I'm a believer in God. I'm just, you know, I'm a believer. So the moment I found out there may have been an issue with the baby, it was like, I'm just going to lock myself away, protect my energy. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to think positive. And I just, you know, everyone would ask me, how's everything with baby? Everything all right? And I'm like, yeah. And it killed me to say, no, it didn't kill me to say. It was just, that was the time I had to make sure there was a smile on my face. And I was like, yeah, everything's okay. Even when you used to ask me, everything okay, baby? And I'm like, I just want to scream and be like, Mish, no. Oh my gosh, like, this is what's happening. But I had to stick to it. I had to stick to, do you know what? I don't want no one else to worry about me. Because the main thing is, it's not that I didn't want to share what was going on. I just knew, like, my loved ones, my family and friends, their first thing is going to be like, what can I do? Let me help you. Let me do this. Let me do that. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, like, it's that thing of, you know, you're not okay inside, but if someone keeps saying to you, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? You're just going to burst into tears and be like, no, I'm okay. Like, help me. And I didn't feel that I needed help because there was nothing anyone could do at this moment of time. Baby's inside of me. As long as he was inside, everything was fine. It was just more to do with what's going on in the outside world, trying to protect my family and just trying not to get bombarded with all the news and, you know, all the stuff that was coming out, because, you know, you had so many different things. And I have family all over the world, Germany, America, South America, you name it. And just hearing different things on the news and then hearing them talk about it, it's like, okay, you don't know what to believe. And this is another way of protecting your energy. Switch off the news. I just switched off the news. Whatever I need to know, I will go and look for it myself rather than being bombarded with so much stuff. So I think that's another way of protecting my energy. But yeah, I mean, looking back, it was a breeze.
You know what, you come out the other side and, you know, you're so positive about your experience, and, you know, you controlled that, and I think that's something that we'll go on to, you know, at a later stage when we have other discussions with experts we know. But, you know, controlling your emotions is, some people find it very difficult to do, but I think when you've been through other experiences in your life, it enables you to realize what those emotions are that you're going through, realize that actually you can make a choice of how you react to that, and I just, it makes you tough, you know, not in a cold-hearted way, but it makes you be able to deal with things more easily.
Definitely. I mean, you know, and I know that you've been through a lot of stuff as well, and sometimes there's no other option. If you're not going to do it, who's going to do it for you? There's no one else. You know, obviously you've got support of friends and family, and, you know, you're the only one that controls your emotion. So just get up and go. And I feel like if you keep going, you'll make it to the other end of that. You know, you'll see the light of the tunnel. If you stop in the middle of that tunnel of devastation, all you're going to see is darkness. That's it. You're just going to be surrounded by negativity. You have to keep pushing. And definitely big props to hubby Ebbs. He's like,
he's honestly incredible. He's like the most amazing men I know. He really is.
He really did help. Like, we got to a point where we were like, we're not going to talk about it anymore because there's nothing we can do. Just as long as every baby's good, baby's safe, we'll keep going. There's nothing we can do about that. And he was amazing in supporting me, making sure I was okay, spoiling me rotten, anything I wanted.
Yeah.
He went above and
I guess it's the emotional support as well. It's, you know, we're not saying you're superhuman here. None of us are. No. We're not superhuman, right? We've just been through some really tough times, and we've been to the lowest of the low, the darkest of the dark, and we've had to pull ourselves out. So I think that, you know, everyone has those bad days. And do you know what? I remember when you was bloody giving birth, and you know, I was on the phone to Hannah, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so worried. And I was sitting here and I was like praying, and I was like, oh, you know, God help her, please protect her, keep her safe.
Everything aside, the pandemic just made everyone go. Like, could you imagine if I told you everything that I was going through, plus the pandemic?
Yeah.
I think everyone would have just kind of lost.
We just feel useless as well, because there's nothing.
Well, exactly that. And I didn't want anyone to feel useless.
Yeah.
It's bad enough I'm going through this global pandemic. I've got to give birth. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I feel useless. And by the way, you know, it just didn't make sense. But we're here. We're good.
Yeah.
We've started our business, and I know you went through some stuff during the pandemic. You kind of had to keep yourself healthy and strong, and
yeah, I mean, it was. I think, you know, it was a tough time, because I mean, one of the things that we're going to be talking about this month, actually at the end of the month, is the whole dating during the pandemic. And you know, I'm single, and do you know what? I'm really old school. I prefer meeting people out, you know, chatting to people, and you know, I know straight away as soon as I meet someone whether I like them or if there's a spark there or whatever. And I've always struggled with using apps, always, because it goes against everything I believe, right? But you know, the last couple of years I've been on board with them. I've tried to give them a go. I've been on so many dates. I mean, I'm like a serial dater. It's a joke. Every situation you can think of, I've been in. It's been crazy, and you know, I found it really, really tough. And you know, we'll go on to that when we come on to that at the end of the month. But it put me in a real dark place. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, I am really positive. I motivate myself. I don't need anyone to motivate me. But there were days when I felt miserable. You know, it's almost like I needed that reassurance from an app, from people, guys I didn't even know, you know, and it just was ridiculous. So, you know, I went cold turkey and cut myself off. Honestly, but it made me realise, you know, for me, it made me look at me and really think about, what do I want to focus on? What am I unhappy with? Because I think, you know, you need to start with you. Self-love is huge. And I think that's one thing that the pandemic has given us. It's given us time to reflect on us, to really think about, okay, what is it I want to achieve, or what is it I don't really like about myself and I want to change, and how can I change that? And I think, you know, we've seen across the board so many people giving. There's so many free courses available, so many free talks, fitness videos available. It's just been so overwhelming to see the support. And you know, for me, when it started, I felt helpless. And you know what, I'm naturally always trying to help people, or always trying to support people in be the best them. It's something I've always been passionate about, and always will be. And so I felt helpless, and I just kind of thought, you know, what can I do to give back? And that's where the whole COVID support hub come from that I created. So, you know, I built this platform because I was sick and tired, like you, of turning on different news channels, hearing from different friends globally what was going on there in real time. And it was completely different to what we were seeing in the media. And you know, I was in different WhatsApp groups, and I don't know about you, but there were so many different, you know, friends saying, oh, well, I've heard this, or no, I've heard this. And it's like, you know what? Don't care what you're saying. I need to find this myself. So for me, it was creating a platform where, you know, people could rely on the information, where it gave it to you straight. There was no crap and no BS around it. And it was just like, okay, you know, okay, I am a business person, what do I need to know? I'm in financial difficulty, what do I need to know? I have a family, I need to help my child learn from home. I've never done this in my entire life. Are there any links you can give me to help me? And I felt good doing that, you know, it's something I'm comfortable doing,
Yeah.
something that I was passionate about bringing together. And I think for me, where I've worked in so many different industries and with so many different people, I find it easy to relate and understand what people might want. So for me, that was a real, you know, special moment, you know, being able to actually put that out there and say to people, well, here's this amazing platform, it's got all the information you need. And, you know, as this has gone on, we've continued to keep it updated. And I mean, it's been a minefield doing that because things are changing all the time. But yeah, I still kept that going. So that was a real plus for me. And, you know, there was the whole thing with the Mike Proctor Foundation, or a charity that I work very closely with. And, you know, I manage Mike as well in the UK. So it's amazing for me to be involved in that. And they delivered, I think it was 300 food parcels to the children in South Africa. And that was a real magical moment, you know, being able to help. I'm in the UK, they're in South Africa, being a part of that and organising that and marketing that was amazing. And, you know, seeing the photos from the children who were receiving those packages and the families, and, you know, those packages lasted them a couple of weeks as a family, and it's crazy. I mean, we take food for granted over here. We don't know how lucky we are, and it hits home
over here. It's amazing. Like, they wasted so much food, like exactly that. We don't know how lucky we are over here. And, you know, the kids in South Africa, and I guess all around the world, there's kids in our country who suffered during COVID. So that's an amazing thing to be able to be a part of.
I mean it was amazing. It's an incredible thing to be a part of that. And you know, there's so many amazing foundations and charities out there who have been doing amazing things, you know, like food banks, mental health charities, because obviously that's something we're not allowed to talk about, how many people have taken their lives this year as a result. And it that breaks my heart. That genuinely breaks my heart. And I hope that from us doing this, it will help inspire people and you know, help them see that there are ways out of really dark situations. And you know, there are different tools and techniques you can use, and tips that we will share with you to try and help you and support you through. But I think for me, you know, my friends and my family have been huge support through this. And knowing I've had them there to lean on when I've been in a not good place, and I've needed to pick up the phone and have a little cry because I've been feeling sorry for myself.
I mean, but that's the good thing, is that you do, and you can pick up the phone. There's people that don't pick up the phone. I mean, they have so many people around them who are waiting for that phone call. And I mean, I guess some people get caught up in just everyday life that they don't actually pick up the phone and say, are you okay? Do you need anything? Blah, blah, blah. But I like to think my people, my friends, my family know that just because you haven't heard from me for a couple of days, if you need something, even if it is just to cry and have a whinge, just pick up the phone. Like, call me, I'm here. You know, and that was the one thing that I tried to do amongst everything else during COVID, was to be in contact with people, to try and call people, even the people that I probably haven't spoken to for a good few months. Just, how are you doing? How are you getting on? How's everything? Just making sure I let people know I'm there for them, you know. But being pregnant, everyone was like, no, why about yourself? Why about yourself? And I'm like, oh, we're fine, we're good. Like, but then also it also helped me, I guess, because it was deflecting from my situation.
So that's your natural nature. Yeah, you know, you always think about others all the time, but I guess, like you say, it's good because it takes your mind off of what's going on with you.
And you're there for the person, because, like you said, you don't know what anyone's going through, and some people are not. I mean, you're quite clued up when it comes to things like mental health and things like that. So you know when to say, help, I'm struggling, and you have there's no shame in that at all. No one should feel any type of way. I mean, if not, it makes you stronger for putting your hand up, being like, hi guys, I need a bit of help. No matter how big or small it is, it may be a small issue to me, but it's major to you.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
It is what it is. Anything I'm going through, you can't judge. There's no judgment. So being able to say help is an amazing thing, and hopefully a lot more people know how to do that. And I'm hoping this period has helped a few people do that. I mean, I know there's been like you said, there's been a lot of suicides, because you've taken everything that people know, like going out, meeting up with your friends and family. Even there's times where you just, go to your parents' house and you sit down, you don't even have to talk, you're just sitting there, it's just that it's familiar, and you've taken that away from that person, so it's a shame.
That norm, isn't it? So I think that's probably, that's a positive, has been that I think a lot more people have interacted with people, made the effort to communicate. I hate talking to people on the phone. I actually have a real phobia, which is crazy, of picking up my phone and answering it. If it's a business call, I can chat all day, no problem. If it's a personal call, I'm like, I can't pick up the phone. And I know that's weird, and I know it's crazy, but it is what it is. And now I've got a lot better at picking up the phone and actually talking to people.
Because we have no other option.
I'm like, it's okay, I can do this. I can chat to people. So I've had to make that conscious effort, and it's been a real positive. And it's really opened my eyes to actually the friendships that I've got. Because, I've been in a real lonely place years and years ago, a long time ago, and I had no one. So now, where I am now, and being able to look around me and being like, you know what, I've got a really good friendship group. I'm really, really fortunate and really lucky. But there aren't others who are in that situation. So I feel very blessed to be in the situation I'm in now. And I guess, mental health, I guess these days it's amazing how lucky we are that it's not taboo subject anymore. We can freely talk about it. There are a lot of helplines available, a lot of charities out there. You don't even need to tell them who you are. You can just phone up and have a chat, which is amazing, because I've been through a real tough time previously with family and that, in terms of mental health, and it's really hard, and for me to see how far we've come, there's still a lot to be done, but to see that movement is incredible. But this year I think it's been really tough on people, and it breaks my heart. There's still so many people living with conditions or depression and not being able to share that. And I think social media is great, but it is also it's not.
I don't think it helps with mental health, but I think it can hinder your mental health. And I do think people should take social media breaks. I mean, I don't do major breaks, but just put your phone down.
I try and have a day off a week, just a day out from my whole phone, no WhatsApp, no nothing. Because my head needs that space. It's too much.
Definitely think it's a must, and I think we should raise the younger generation. So the generation coming up now, we need to put that in place. It needs to be in place. I mean, with so many things, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and blah blah blah, there's so many things that keep. I mean, Simon will come and say, "Mum, can I get this?" And I'm like, "What is this? And I'm going through it because I'm trying to protect her as well, and I'm trying to move with the times because they are a technology generation. So I need her to know how to deal with these things. But then I also need to make sure she's safe. And by safe, I mean there's no predators or anything else. But then also mental health.
I feel like they need to be teaching kids this in school, This is part of the new age. Digital technology is growing.
I mean, schools are against social media so much because it's really hard to monitor, especially as a school. You know, as a school, they don't like the children going on, you know, social media and things. You can't do, or most of them sites are blocked on school.
It's fine, but it's
But
a part of the day and age, and you need to be educating people so they're prepared for
it. And but the thing is as well, also it then, social media brings in the whole bullying effect, all that whole issue, and a lot of that is outside of school. You know, so there's only so much the school can do. Still, like you said, we have come a long way with mental health. I still think we've got a long way to go, especially for men and mental health as well. And children. There's so many, I mean, women's mental health, everyone's mental health, but I think there's still stigmas on certain things, and we've still got a long way to go with that. And I think the pandemic, I'm hoping during the pandemic there's been a few people that have definitely reached out or learned or taken.
We'll be speaking to someone soon who's an expert on wellness, so it'd be interesting to get her you know, overview of what the year's been like and what she's seen, and you know, the negatives, positives come out of that. And you know, I think after everything we've been through this year, you know, for me, I'm definitely taking away the fact that you know, communication is key. Making sure that you're in contact with friends and family, and making the effort more, and just trying to be thankful for the small things.
Definitely.
That's definitely what I'm taking out of 2020.
Good. I mean, for me, exactly the same. Being grateful for the small things, despite everything I've been through this year, it's actually been a good year. I know, like, people be like, how can you say that, because everything you went through? And I said, yeah, you know, I traveled through it, I went through it, it made me stronger, but look at where I am now. Like, the lockdown, you know, I was going to go on maternity leave early so that I could have time with family before baby comes. This was all before I'd known anything about baby. But then lockdown happened, and it was like, we're all at home anyway. Yeah, I'm working from home, and I can work from home, it's not a problem. But my kids were around me, and I enjoy having my children around. Summer holidays are my favourite time of the year because they're with me non-stop for 6 weeks. And I know some parents are like, I need a break. And that's nothing, there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I do need a break as well, but I enjoy having my children with me. Like, I know they're with me, they're safe, I can protect them. We have so much fun. So lockdown gave me, I mean, everyone's always like, oh, I wish I could work from home, or I wish I could get paid and not leave my house, oh, I wish this and I wish that. And then
what you wish for.
And I said to everyone, then the pandemic happened. Now look, you're working from home. I mean, some people were so unlucky, they don't have a job. They don't have a job. Some people were so sick. There's the negative side to it, and there's so much negative.
We're not.
There's so much that came with it. I just feel like people that were blessed enough not to have to deal with that should remember, and like you said, be grateful for all the little things. I got up every morning, I managed to log on, do my work, have my children around me, go for walks, you know, during my lunch break, and do all these. We had amazing family time. So I'm truly blessed and grateful for the year I had. And I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, you know, who just is like a true warrior. He came into this world and was like, I'm meant to be here, so I'm here.
Nothing's stopping me.
And he is fought
COVID or no COVID.
No, he's fought all the way through. He's so advanced, and there's just, this year, or 2020 should I say, was a good year for me. I was blessed. I was truly blessed. I had to jump over some very high hurdles, and you know, we did it, and we're on the other side. So I'm blessed. I'm grateful. My family and friends are healthy. Some people did have COVID, some people didn't have COVID, but they're all good. I
survived. And I guess, like, for us, that's you know what this is all about. You know, it's sharing those journeys, those experiences, and saying that it was tough, it was horrendous. You know, we've had friends and family who've lost jobs, and you know people who've passed away, and it's awful. But you know, it makes you realise how fortunate you are, and
that's what we want. Yeah,
you know, from the smallest thing, like you say, I get up every morning, I'm awake, I'm breathing, I'm living, and I feel truly grateful for that. And you know, I've got a roof over my head, I've got food in my belly, and I've got a job, and miraculously we managed to create a business through it all. But actually, yeah, but actually, do you know what? I don't think we would have been able to do it the way we did it in normal circumstances, because I just
100%.
feel like, yeah, it gave us the time to actually, you know, plan things properly, actually really go through what we needed to do, and not have the pressure on ourselves to be like, oh, we have to have this done. We have, you know, it was like, okay, yeah, we know we need to get this done. Okay, let's try and break this up and do this, and you know, each take responsibility for different things and get it done. And if we didn't get it done, it's like, okay, that's fine. We'll next week, you know. So I feel like, you know, there was a real benefit from that perspective, to enable us to have that time to build something really strong and credible, and have the quality in what we were pulling together, rather than just rushing through and it not being what we wanted. Because I know, you know, we're both really fussy and we have certain standards, and we like things to be done a certain way. So I feel like we've got a really strong platform now, and you know, these discussions are just the beginning for us. And I, you know, we've got such a big network between us. I'm just really excited to be able to be having these discussions with individuals, and for us to be sharing these discussions. And like I said, maybe, you know, even if we give someone hope, one person, and you know, we inspire them, then that's amazing for me. So I guess everyone should stay tuned and watch out for the rest of our meetings over the next few months.
Our meetings, our chats. Yeah, we've got lots to talk about. We could talk
loads to talk about. Yeah,
we can touch on a bit of different things, so there'll be a lot of things for people to kind of relate to, I'd like to say.
And that's it. I think we're keeping it true, we're keeping it honest, open, frank discussions. And I think if anyone has any questions or anything they particularly want to see in the future, then let us know, and we'll try and organise those discussions.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching, and stay healthy, and take care.
Yeah.
Bye everyone.